So one of the things that's I've found fascinating reading is the way that social media has played such a huge part in Plastic Free July. And you were lucky enough to work very closely with someone who's a real media influencer in a way. And one of the things that came through was you realised very early on that one size doesn't fit all. You really needed to take into account people's personal needs and situations. So I imagine to stop the sort of um, ecology fatigue that sometimes people can feel when they think, I don't even know where to start. Can you tell us about the part that social media has played?
Yeah, look, I think social media has played a very big part in the campaign, in spreading it. And because we've always, like, of course, we're very motivated and driven by the problem, but we've just focused on solutions. And our social media has always been very organic and very real. I remember one of the early photos that I posted, somebody said, what do you do about lining your bins if you're not using plastic bags? And I just whipped out, I think it was an iPhone 3 at the time, I just whipped out the our bin. It wasn't from under the kitchen sink, and by reducing our packaging and starting to compost our food scraps, we'd reduced our waste a lot. We didn't have any wet kind of smelly stuff in there because we had a compost and a worm farm. But just took a quick photo of this bin lined with the local community newspaper, and within an hour, all of a sudden, 3,000 people had seen it. A lot of people had commented on it. People were really engaged with it and sharing it. And it wasn't perfect. And I think so much of what we see in social media, and, I think that the plastic free and zero waste movement has got to take some responsibility here. It's about perfection, or it could be, being able to fit your year's worth of landfill waste in a jar, which is great. I'm certainly not at that level, but it was like, well, here, this is what I've managed to do, and then somebody else will share, well, I've done this. And by sharing those stories and sharing different people's ideas, and I just love our social media channels because it is positive, and somebody will ask a question, and before I can get to it, because we'd really need a team of 20 to be able to engage and answer everyone's questions, someone else will have answered that, or I live in that city and this is where I've found milk without that's plastic free, etc. So it's a very generous and sharing community, and it's really been like I never had all the answers, and this is what we learned really very, very early on in that first year. We didn't start using social media till the second year, but we found that by sharing people's ideas together, we had lots of the solutions. So that's always really been our operating model for Plastic Free July, is doing stuff together. And it's been really collaborative. And, to be honest, I think people are just tired about hearing about the problems. I don't want to watch another documentary about plastic pollution. It's just so depressing. Or, see another image of a turtle and a whale, or a seabird with their stomach filled with plastic. Like, I know what the problem is. What I want to see is solutions, and know what I can do. And I don't think that could have come anywhere else but from community and grassroots change.